Hey folks, Quill18 here, back with another Starcraft 2 commentary. This is another game submitted to me by TommmyBoy, who calls himself a low-level Starcraft 2 player. But as we saw in the previous game, if he is low-level, it's probably he's higher level than his last opponent. And we'll see what this opponent can do this time. This is Mandoru, who will be playing the Terran this time, and the map this time around is Metalopolis. Metalopolis is considered one of the most standard, one of the most balanced maps in the map pool right now. A lot of pro players really like this, regardless of what race they play. And you can see they did spawn in the closest possible air positions, and that's actually going to be quite nice for TommmyBoy because he can scout pretty quickly with his Overlord. And despite the fact that they're close by air, the ground distance is actually fairly long because the ramps are on opposite sides of the bases. So it's quite a long walk around. On the other hand, the natural base here is fairly well exposed. This is a pretty large choke to defend, so yeah, this is a little bit more vulnerable. But still, I still think it's a good position for an early expand, assuming that the Terran is not going to go for an extraordinarily fast build. Terran's going to be very standard here and wall off his ramp. He's going to build his barracks right after the supply depot, as he has to. And other than that, he is pumping out, ooh, SCV, build an SCV. Oh my god! Build the SCV! What are you doing? Oh, there he goes. Oh my god. Oh, that stuff hurts my heart so much, like these unspent larvae when you have like 300... Oh, here, I'm being dumb. Of course, he's saving up for his expansion. Totally acceptable. As long as you build a drone now. Well, maybe he's going to build a spawning pool. Oh, there's the drones. So we see what he's looking to do. This is a 14 expansion, at 14 supply. He expanded, which is a very, very standard timing to do that. Nothing unusual. The most ordinary thing in the world, as some other commentator is fond to say. We've got a drone chasing this SCV, and I'm not sure about this decision. Unless the SCV was doing something that was specifically troublesome, like hurting your drones, which they all seem to be at maximum health, there's no reason to attack him, although if he keeps stopping like that, he's going to get himself killed. And all you've done is lost some extra mining time. You haven't really denied the scout. He knows that you've put your spawning pool down. He knows the hatchery. Just chill out. Just relax. In fact, I remember one game where the other guy was actually even quite aggressive at me and got one of my drones down to like 5 hit points, and I just casually took my drone, came over here, and built an extractor with him. And, you know, obviously you can't always do that depending on your timings, but it felt so cool at the time. I was like, you know what, I'm totally unconcerned. I am just going to go ahead and build gas with this guy, and all the damage you did was entirely pointless. So we've got a factory coming down after the barracks. We've got a couple of Marines coming out, which will help us shoot down Overlords if our Zerg hero tries to scout. In fact, looks like the Overlord took a little bit of damage. This is a bit of a risky position, because if a Marine comes and parks himself right here, you won't be able to escape. You'll notice I can't move the screen any further to the left. This is as far as you can go. So that Overlord is actually going to be in a little bit of trouble. There's actually kind of a little bit of a sweet spot here you can use to avoid a lot of damage. Even if they can sort of pick you from one cliff, usually you can just move a little bit, and then the Marine would have to take a really long walk to come back at you. I'm very curious to see what's going to be done with this factory, what the plan is there. I love this expansion. I love the fact that our hero has built nothing but drones and 2 Zerglings, the Zerglings which are used to scout. This is exactly how you need to play as Zerg. It's a little bit risky in a sense, because it means you don't have units to defend a very early push if it's coming. That's why it's very important to continue scouting. But it means you're going to end up, theoretically, with a much larger economy. The worker count is basically even right now, and in fact, the Terran does have an advantage because of the mule, but that should be erased pretty quickly as this expansion continues to get populated, and then the Zerg will start to skyrocket forward. Drones being built, along with 1 spine crawler, which is a very good idea. Although this spine crawler, you may want to build it maybe right here, like a little further back, because it's just as good at defending your ramp, although you have to be a little bit cautious about maybe having some Zerglings here, so things can't just race up. And because this position here, someone could walk all the way around, and then come in and attack your drone line from the side. Like, this is totally unprotected by this spine crawler. Second spine crawler, okay, no one's going to get through that way, and that makes it even more important. Take this guy and move him back. Have him right here, I would say, or even right in front of the hatchery, that would be fine. and there is absolutely nothing you can do. You're totally, totally secure, and you don't have to stress about anything. Popped out a couple more Zerglings. That's fine. You know, a little bit more scouting. Maybe place them on the ramp. No reason. Now, this is starting to be a lot more Zerglings than are necessary. Looks like our Terran is going to go for a 4 helion drop. He's got a helion stuck in the back. Luckily, these are not going to be blue flame helions, but helions have flamethrowers that do an exceptional amount of damage to light units. Light units include workers, such as the drones, and also Zerglings. However, Zerglings are actually half decent against helions, at least if they have Zergling speed, which is currently being upgraded. I don't know if they'll be out on time, because if you surround the helion, they do okay. The helions do a lot of damage, but it's a line-based attack. Ooh, you forgot a helion! You forgot a helion! Oh, so bad, so bad, so bad. Now, I believe 3 helions can one-shot a drone, but 4 sort of guarantees it, just because the splash is a little bit random. This has the potential to do a lot of damage if microed correctly. Now, these drones are going to have to run away. 1 drone gets roasted, and looks like that's all, actually. Nice reaction there. Now, it's going to be hard to get a surround on these guys, but nice. The Zerglings are going to do a half-decent job pinning 1 in while the Roaches try to kill them. The Roaches do not take very much damage from the Hellions, but they're also kind of slow right now. Oh no, these Zerg! Oh my God, your drones! Oh, well, that wasn't terrible, actually. That was actually pretty well defended. That was I gotta say, it's not so much that it was pretty well defended, so much as the micro on the Hellions was really, really, really bad. But actually, a pretty good job overall. You're going to want to keep enough Overlords over here to spot this. Yeah, I mean, you did have that, so there wasn't enough room to react, but overall, now that is a lot of Zerglings. A lot of Zerglings, which I'm not sure about. If we scout the Terran's base, we see that he has no Marauders. In fact, he doesn't even have a tech lab on his barrack, so there's no hope of there being any more Marauders, which means that Roaches won't get killed quickly. Roaches are very good against Marines, because Marines fire quickly, whereas Roaches have high armor, so they end up taking very little damage per blow. And Roaches are actually also fairly good against Hellions, in that they don't take very much damage from them. And you're upgrading your lair, which is what he's doing here, and you get Roach speed. Then they start to do really well, although you're going to want to spread your creep a lot more than that. Still, we've got, let's check the drone counts, 31 drones against 28 Marines, or SCVs, so Terran here has actually done a really good job saturating his one base. It's actually slightly oversaturated. He's continuing to build SCVs. That's not a bad thing, as long as he's getting ready to expand, and in fact, he should be building a command center right now. He can't expand immediately, because, oh my God, there's a huge army outside, but he's got infinity money right now. He should have built the command center a while ago. Now that is a lot of banelings, and banelings do really, really good against Marines. So I guess if he was building all those Zerglings so that he could turn them into banelings, destroy the blockade, just do a baneling bust, melt away all the Marines, melt away all the SCVs. Ooh, not that many SCVs actually. That barracks burnt down, and this is pretty good. Now, that was a lot of banelings sacrificed against the one barrack. It probably would have been better. You still have a baneling. Of course, you also still have a Zergling. It would have been better, perhaps, to target the banelings on the one supply depot and then just run through to the supply line and not waste as many on the barracks. Killing the barracks is good, but it costs a lot of banelings. I'm not sure it was the best move. Here, you just have some more speedlings coming through. Which actually I think is fine. Building the spire this time, I really like that. These are close positions by air. There's the spire. And, oh, these Roaches are just staying behind to defend. That's fine. So there's a lot that the Terran could build to defend against Zerglings. You don't need any more banelings. I suppose he had the money. Well, he has infinity money. He doesn't have much gas. Ravens, how did I miss this? I think he should have just... He had speedlings. There's an opening here. You should have just run all your speedlings inside the base. Don't morph into banelings until you know you actually need them. In this case, you could have literally won this 30 seconds ago. That is a lot of SCVs killed, but I'm pretty sure you could have just killed all the SCVs. Just run your Zerglings in immediately. You would have beat him, so he would have had less reinforcements made, and he would have had... yeah, just less units, less of a chance of things being walled off. You can just run your speedlings in. So mutas are going to go pretty well against these Ravens, I would say, unless he somehow is getting the Seeker Missile, which he is not. I guess I could have spotted that over there. So yeah, mutas are good, but you need more gas. Okay, you've got your gas going on here. Very nice. All set. In fact, what you should be doing here, you've hurt him so badly, take a third base. Take a third base. Take a fourth, I don't know. And in fact... double expanding would actually be pretty good. You've got cash. You've got infinity money, right? You're just gas cap. You know he doesn't have a big ground force because you've killed it. Keep a couple of banelings at home just in case. You got your spine crawlers. Spend all your gas on mutalisks and spend all your minerals expanding and droning. There we go. Taking the gold. I don't know about taking the gold simply because you don't actually need more money. You have tons of money. You actually need more gas, and you need an expansion that is safe. So I would have taken this instantly. Much, 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 much safer. Don't let the gold lure you too much. In fact, what's interesting is a fully saturated gold base doesn't actually bring in much more income than a fully saturated normal base, because there are more mineral patches here. There are 9 mineral patches here, and there'll actually be less here, 8, but there would be 9 here. Whereas here there's only 7 usually, 6 mineral patches, so you can saturate it quicker, but there's not as much of an advantage in this particular scenario. Much better to go safer. You've got the advantage, don't need to do anything risky. In fact, you've got so much money, mass expand in multiple places. So the no, don't attack these. Just go after the ravens. Go attack the ravens. These things can't hurt you. They're not in a position to hit anything in your base. The only thing they're going to hit are things you send after them. Alright, so cleaning that up is nice. Now you're going to be able to kill all these guys, and that's fine. But I think these were like a distraction. There was no need to attack them in any way whatsoever. Just leave them there. Let these ravens wasted all their energy. Just go around them and kill his SCVs. Like, he's got nothing. Nothing. Any upgrades coming for the mutas? No. In fact, there's nothing building right now at all. I really like getting the air attack as soon as possible. It makes a big difference on mutalisks. Helps do a lot of damage. So yes, again, we have infinity money. We've got lots of gas. I say you should spend 100% of your larva on gas until you run out of gas, and then just pump drones. And then if you have enough drones, then you just pump zerglings. And again, spending all your gas on muta every chance you've got. Not supply blocked. Or maybe you were supply blocked temporarily? No, I don't think so, because I didn't see any overlords building, so I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. You want to macro a little bit better. When you've got this money, this amount of money, that says, because you could stop all your mining right now, and you wouldn't run out of money for a long time. So just select all your drones, go to this base, go BH, build hatchery, build hatchery, build hatchery, build hatchery, build hatchery. Forget, take this one too, build hatchery. Literally put them anywhere. You don't even care if they're undefended, if they're going to get taken out. Have them everywhere. That means he can't expand. You know he can't make a hidden expansion. And you don't even have to drone them up. You have infinity money. Instead, make sure they're all in the same hotkey, rally them in the same place, and build a crap ton of units. Now we got 32 Zerglings coming on. That's nice. Now he's got and you've got to scout a little bit more regularly here. Sacrifice an Overlord, give an Overlord speed, or build an Overseer. But I prefer Overlord speed. Run one in here just so that you know what is going on. Clearly you're going to need some banelings, and of course you're going to have the Zerglings this time. That's perfectly fine. Do you have baneling speed, by the way? No. Baneling speed is very important. Slow banelings are okay-ish, but they don't last long. Once the Marines get any attack upgrades, they get stim, they can actually destroy your slow banelings very easily, even for a newbie player. But fast banelings, a noob player cannot deal with them. They'll just destroy everything. You just run a couple of, a handful of speed banelings in this group and kill everything except the Marauders and the Raven, obviously. So that's very important. That should be, if you've got a baneling nest and you're fighting any number of Marines, as soon as you hit your lair, upgrade your baneling speed. That actually, if you're fighting Marines and you're building a lair, you should be building the lair for baneling speed, not for roach speed, not for your mutalisks. If you are building a lair and there are Marines on the field, you are the speed. It's huge. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Now, luckily these Marines don't have stim because these players are bad. No, you're sacrificing all your mutas. Oh! Okay, here's the problem with Marines. They're kind of crappy, but mutalisks are super squishy. Now, you are building 9 to replace them. That's very sexy. But mutalisks are super squishy. They do a lot of damage. But you want lots of mutalisks. It's like some units, having 1 or 2 is awesome and game-changing. One medevac, psh, awesome. One tank, psh, awesome. That's fine. One mutalisk, you may as well not have it at all. It's just too weak, it will die instantly, and it doesn't do enough damage. But when you get a pile of mutalisks, and you get all their splash damage, they can take on virtually everything, but you can't sacrifice them. Marines are bad. Marines are the anti-muta. That's why you build banelings. And if he's turtling up like this, don't attack at all. Expand, expand, expand. Take the entire map. The map is yours right now. It has your name on it, especially with this much money. Expand! You are Zerg. Zerg is a macro race. Like, yes, you're well ahead, and you might even be able to win right here if you attack, but there's no reason to even do it. Oh, Stim's kicked in. Banelings are coming in, but they're only hitting Marauders, and he's actually doing a good job. Oh my god, the overstim. He's killing himself! Doesn't he know that stim lasts, like, X number of seconds? You don't have to re-stim over and over. That is ridiculous. Oh, he was doing so well. He only had to stim one time that entire fight. Instead, he stimmed like 3 times. So terrible. Oh. But, I mean, and he should attack right now. Well, except he's weak. Actually, what he should be doing is building a crap ton of medevacs. Where is his starbase? There it is. Starport. But he's not building anything with them. He's got tons of gas. A little low on minerals. Oh, because he ran out of minerals. Well, then why do you have this command center at all anymore? Well, for the gas, I guess. And for the extra mules, I suppose. Oh my god, what are your SCVs doing? You have no money. Mine. There's an icon in the bottom of your corner of your screen telling you have idle SCVs. You need to move your SCVs. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Always look for that icon. You can hit F1, it'll select an idle SCV. Control F1 will select all SCVs. Oh! We got another attack here. See, as much as I'm criticizing, you know, some of the players, I'm very bad at commentating. I'm new to this. I'm happy you're expanding here, that's great, but seriously, you literally should have every map, every base in the game right now. There's no reason for you not to have every base. You have... What are you doing with your money? Nothing. Nothing. Spend it on something. If you have more hatcheries, you can build more units. You have enough gas. Oh, you got so much. In fact, you should upgrade. And you should have an infestation pit by now. One of the reasons, actually, and this is hard. I don't even use infestors very much. They're super good, but I'm not good enough to use them reliably. But infestors would destroy this army. Where the frig is this army? Infestors would destroy this army. And you research burrow, your infestors can walk under the ground, be totally undetected, and just pop up and fungal bloom these guys. One fungal bloom, they all die. And you win. Plus, it's fun. You can, like, mass infestors, bring them in here, puke out a whole bunch of infested marines, and it's great. But you build the infestor pit so that you can upgrade your lair, so that you can upgrade your spire to a greater spire, and build your broodlords, which just fly over here and destroy everything. You build it so you can get ultralisks. You build it so you can get zergling speed, or the cracklings, the adrenal glands. You build it so you can get level 3/3 upgrades. Oh, you've got no upgrades! You have infinity money! Alright, so, pause a sec. Here's what you should be doing in the game. No, you don't need to pause. What the hell? Every time in the game, you should be checking your units where they are, making sure you're building stuff, check your money, check your food. Now, he's now max. We're now at, like, full supply, so he can't build anything more. That's fine. Except you can build hatcheries and evolution centers. Oh my god, could you imagine if each one of these things was doing +1 damage? That would be a lot more damage. Upgrades! But at this point, you're just going to win. Because your Terran opponent is incompetent. Tell you what, you know what I want? And I'm sure this is the case. I'm sure every replay people send me is probably of them winning. I don't want replays of you winning. I want replays of you losing. Losing. Okay? Otherwise, I'm just going to commentate on the other guy. Because losing is so much more interesting. The only thing you learn when you win is that your opponent was less good than you. Right? When you lose, you have the opportunity to figure out what you did that you could have done better. So replays where you're losing are infinitely more interesting for yourself. So, yeah, I mean, you're just going to win by the fact that you have infinity money bank. Your Terran opponent has no money, has lost his expansion, literally has nothing, and should have GG'd a million years ago. So we're just going to fast forward to the end. Because literally, like, there's nothing. Just run in there. Oh, you love your banelings, don't you? Destroying all that. Coming in here, destroying this. Oh, he's going to fly away. He's going to be like that. At least you got 20 mutalisks coming out now. That's fine. But where is he going to fly to? You don't know because you don't have every single base in the game. There we go. He finally quit. Thank God. But yeah, that's some advice if you want. Definitely. It would be super good. Oh my god, expand more. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I enjoyed commentating it, actually. And if you want, go to towerdive.com for some instructions, or you can just email replays, any game that allows replays, which off the top of my head is like Starcraft 2 and on. Heroes of New Earth, that is. Send me replays. I will do commentaries. I mean, I may not do every single one. You may not get to do that. You might not get the commentary done for 2 months, because that happens sometimes, but I would very much like them. That would be awesome. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I got cut off last time. I actually accidentally quit my Fraps replay too fast, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed these games, and I enjoyed doing them, and please, 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 send me more replays, and leave comments in the comments below.